Hello, Recon87 and welcome back to Combat Mission Battle for Normandy in this final scenario, the final mission of the Scottish Order campaign, once again so with the 9th Cameronians as we try and wrestle the objectives of Paris, Hector and Priam from the Germans. So we are almost an hour into this hour-and-a-half scenario, and we've kind of pushed through Paris, and we've more or less cleaned up Hector, but Priam is looking like a fairly tough nut to crack. And it's really just driven by these two Tiger 2s perched on the edge of town, and in the last episode we did identify this Panzer IV as well. Oh, I say identify it. Unfortunately, that was by the demise of one of our Stuarts. So this clearing out of Hector has been a little bit costly for us, but it hasn't been too bad. Okay, more importantly, what's the plan going forward? Well, we're going to continue to just close up the clear out of Hector. We know there's a handful of Germans left in these buildings, and also we've got a chap identified in the open out here. Aside from that, we're going to wait on a couple of things. Firstly, we've got a Typhoon, close air support, coming in the next few minutes, 4 minutes, to try and strafe this Tiger 2. Now, we don't have any bombs left on this guy, so it is just going to be using his 20mm cannon, but hopefully that can do a reasonable bit of damage, at least can maybe kill some crew, or if you're very lucky, hit something critical. We do also have this HU section who's currently calling in, I just can't get these clicks right, our 4.5-inch medium guns, hitting a lot of Priam. I was toying with the idea of actually bringing this forward, but it was like a 6-minute adjustment on it, and I wasn't sure that was worth it. I'd actually maybe rather just leave this where he is, and then potentially either use, I could then, once the rounds are firing for effect, I could actually use him to call in a second round, because we still have rounds left in our 25-pounders, and obviously we've got these 7.2-inch guns which we haven't used at all. The other option we've got is once the plane has kind of done its attack run, we can then grab our spotter here and get him to call in the 7.2. Right, I just like cutting to kill whatever was made that beeping noise. Sorted, right. And then what else? Yeah, so and also the 60-minute mark, we've got a couple of Achilles tank destroyers turning up, which again might help us crack these final bits of armour. And also on the 60-minute mark, we've got another Typhoon turning up, which again should hopefully attack some armour. So the plan is probably going to be finish clear at Hector and then hold a bit of a line and hope some of our heavier assets do the job. Yeah, so without further ado, let's hit the big robot and see how things pan out to begin with, and then we'll make adjustments from there. Our engineers catching flak from, is it this infantry group actually? These were doing a little bit of a kind of a scouting slash clear out mission for us. Yes, it is. I think they resolve themselves. Oh, look, no, it's right here. Okay, yeah, just get hammered, they need to keep their heads down. At this point, none of our lads on this hedgerow can see them. We've got actually some close-in contact, we'll go take a look at that in a moment. And hopefully that's the end of that chap as well. Some spotting rounds going in, I think. Hopefully that's good enough to get the fire for effect call. We're starting to lose the value somewhat. The more and more the Germans kind of push through our target area. They're still putting artillery into back lines, which I'm okay with. Right, let's see what happened to this chap in the garden. I assume he got taken out. Probably, I think these guys all had line of sight on him. Was it a Stuart? Oh, that was a shot from probably these guys. There you go. Okay, mopping up the rest of that HQ team. Not entirely sure what you're shooting at, buddy. Whatever it is, you don't like it. Okay. we're just going to fire in these houses because we suspect there's some groups in them. Right, and then towards them we got... these guys. Oh, it's just the Panzer crew running away. And our scouts probably had to go them. But we are getting some fire, return fire, just on the edge over here. Okay, so we'll be careful. It's not really worth copying a load of MG32 or 42 fire. 34 or 42, I should say. Just gotta watch out about making ourselves too well known to these heavier tanks. Okay, I'll probably just check you. I want to make sure. Yeah, we haven't inadvertently given ourselves line of sight to anything. That looks okay. Alright. Fairly good first minute. All we want to do is just going to get some infantry up along these hedge roads, make sure we get some visibility, and eventually probe our way into these houses. Grand, so I'll go away and put some order commands in, and then we'll come back. So I'll try and get through to the minute fairly quickly. Alright, tweaked a few positions, just trying to get a position up just around this tree here with one of our brain gun detachments, because they can get some sight down onto where the Germans might be coming through, but are hidden at the moment from the tanks. Obviously tanks can move, and I'm just going to get these guys to stick their heads down, and I got caught in some deliberate fire on where we think those Germans are. At this point I can't see them actually, because we've got line of sight into the back of that hedgerow, but there we go. So hopefully they'll just get their heads down and have a bit of peace. Continue to pour fire in this house. Don't know if there's anyone there, but I want to essentially get my assault team right up to the door, and then we'll push in. This is like me misjudging a hedgerow break. It happens. Looks like the Germans are kind of pushing on this flank here. Really frustrating, given I think a lot of artillery is going to fall behind them, because we just aren't seeing these spotting rounds. So we'll have to make sure we get ourselves in some defensive positions. I want to get my Vickers set up just to the edge of this field here. Again, good visibility, hidden from the tanks. That was okay, fairly quiet minute, no real issues there. Let's just jump in, because if I check this guy who's calling in the spotting, and we saw an explosion, see, that's just out of sight. He can see a reasonable amount of his target, but it seems to be just wherever they're landing the shells. I mean, you could definitely see that one, but anyway. You're still a couple of minutes, and you are now in position. What can you see? See a big old tank. I would like you to call in this, because it's all you can call in. 15 minutes, which is pretty poop, but there you go. And yeah, you've got really good visibility to do something like that, to be honest. All of them heavy, maximum, immediate, confirmed, go. 15 minutes is not great. Probably most of the targets here will have moved on, but I think that's better than not. Using the ammo, that is. We're moving into position. What was that thing I wanted to do on this side? I wanted to check your visibility. Make sure it's just kind of assume what I think it's going to be. Oh, maybe not actually. To me, you've got quite good visibility down this slope. Now, I also tend to keep you here, but my fear is that obviously that guy can just swivel his turret towards you and bad things happen. But it is a good position to kind of pour some fire down. The other thing, I was trying to get a couple of my 2-inch mortars in a position where they can lend a hand. This is not that position. Right, okay, I'll have to readjust. Not a problem. Right, so you guys are moving in, not a problem, and you are... Had you hunting through? I thought there was a gap in this hedge, but I misread it, so... Just going to get you to move up. Is that sensible? No, it's not. You're just a rifle. In fact, what would be more sensible to have you moving the scouting roll forward. So that's what I'm going to do. Can you sneak your way over there, please? See what you can see. Good. Okay. I think we'll leave it there for this minute. I've got some more adjusting to do next time. So I want to get that Stuart in a more useful position as well. Just have to see what these guys do, whether they keep pushing forward or they just hold themselves up. Looks like we're going to... Alright, go on, tell me you saw that. It's actually nowhere near where it should be. Definitely looks like they're pushing forward. We shall be prepared. I'm going to have to get my Vickers to hurry up. Okay. That was fairly uneventful. I'm going to go check orders and we'll come in and roll straight into the next one. Okay, tweaks made. Let's move on and then talk about them as the minute goes. So I'm going to bring this 2-inch more actually up around the top. There does seem to be a position where it looks okay in terms of shelter from the tank positions, where he can drop his rounds onto advancing Germans, and actually near a brine carrier with some spare ammo as well, which will make relatively good use of that. I hear the whir of a Typhoon engine. Oh. Man, this Tiger's got some good eyes. Two Tommies walking behind a hedge and he's like, yep, spot you. Sometimes it feels like my guys are blind compared to the Germans. Ow. Yeah, you need to hurry up. You're really annoying me with how good your spotting ability is.
Fire for effect, over.
Oh, I also heard fire for effect. That's okay, it's a leader. Not great, but at least it's not the gunner. Yeah, this I mean, oh yeah, I get it. It's a raised position over here, but even so. And like, to make matters worse, their commander's not even out his blooming hatch. I'm sure it's all just confirmation bias, but there we go. Right, everyone else is moving around. Not sure if they're continuing to push forward or if they're, you know, preparing themselves for the next stage, but either way it's giving me a chance to get some things in position. Speaking of things, why are you all the way back here? And why do you have no mission? Oh. Well, don't do the hedge thing to me. Right. Please get in here. I mean, I could do hunt, but yeah, we'll do hunt. We'll hunt number one since you're at the door. Hopefully everyone's just dead. You're going to clear your target. You're going to clear your target. Are you still shooting that house? You should be. And then we need to get someone to come in the back, which I think it's going to be you, potentially. If there is a route to this hedge at the back. Which there may or not be. It's very hard to tell sometimes with this foliage mod. Actually, it looks like there isn't a path through the back. Okay. We could do actually is we could tentatively tell you to say, hey, wait, say 20 seconds, how long is that? I'll say 30 seconds, and then move yourself to here, and we'll see where he goes. Hopefully that's long enough. Even if he heads off in this direction, he's not going to walk himself into too much trouble. Otherwise, I suppose it's through this house and then into this complex, which isn't the end of the world. We've got men available. I mean, to be honest, I could nip around the front, probably without exposing myself too much, although the back route looks to be safer. Right, is this way in here? It looks to be. Get yourselves in position there, lads, please. And we'll push through once we've confirmed that house is clear. Excellent. Meanwhile, what to do with my Stuart? Yeah, this looks like a bad position. It might be an interesting one to bring an Achilles up to, try and give it a keyhole shot, but not for our little Stuart. I'm going to watch out for that tiger on the hill as well. Alright, I think I might just leave you there for a minute. And then maybe decide what to do, see if we can get this guy to move once the typhoon comes in. Right. 2 minutes to go till our Achilles and our typhoon turns up. And anything else going on? Ah, yeah. I used the tank commander to jump in this brain carrier. Again, so I've got a mobile brain platform. He's also got a lot of spare ammo on him, so I want to bring him forward without getting himself shot to bits. And ideally we'll get him up initially supporting the mortars, because we tend to run out of ammo quite quickly. We don't carry huge amounts of ammunition on them. I want to get you in a position where you can start to drop some bombs, which might be all the way up on this hedgerow. Bring yourself up here, get you some position somewhere. Good. I can also give these guys a move forward now that we've stopped spraying with the Churchill. I'm not worried about walking over the top of you. I should probably put someone in that house, which actually is going to be these guys. Sails forward. Good job, team. And we've got some HQ occupying this area. Excellent. So again, a little bit passive a minute. Hoping some of our heavier armaments, which we did get the fire for effect. I've almost forgotten that in the excitement. Let's see what they can do. We're still in context there. Hey, you're not allowed to use artillery back. That's actually really dangerous if that's a spotting round. Got reasonable concentration there.
Fire for effect. Oh.
This commander, or tank driver, whatever, crew, that's what I'm looking for. It's amazingly resilient. He's got a couple of different units having a pop at him. Just the old Stuart crew there, still shocked. As are we all. As are we all. Right, looks to be some good fire coming in this concentration. We'll have a look at that in a moment. I want to check this fire out as well. That's nice. Ooh. I think it's just... is it... oh. How close was that? I mean, you never really expect your vehicle kills with that, but still. Right. No, these are guys just chilling on the ground. I'd hoped... are you set up? Yeah, I hope you should be firing an absolute demon into these people. And mayhap you are. Come on. Oh. Someone's getting involved. Okay, a little small arms fire. Not terribly effective. I don't know why my Vickers isn't firing more, to be honest. Spotting. What do you mean spotting? Look how many of them there are. Okay, you need to set up, that's not a problem, and you need to hurry up. The other thing I just want to check on, more for humour than anything else. Yeah, these guys just...
Fire for effect. Oh.
surviving. Yeah, credit to them. War as hell. Just lie there with your revolver. Okay. I kind of hope these guys would lie in the ground, but it's not a terrible position they've taken, actually. Alright, and they're definitely coming for us. Okay, cool. So, things we need to do. Probably too late, but we need to bolster this kind of position at the front. And which way round I want to go. Don't really want to get in front of that Churchill, so we'll take a slightly longer route. I'm worried you're just going to get nailed by that tiger, actually. I'll have to hope our Typhoon gets the job done. You, my friend, just going to get yourself... How do you feel about this position? I forgot you were a scout. This position's actually really good. Yes, get yourself there, ASAP. And where's your little merry band of reinforcements, or ammunition I should say. So what I would quite like to do, bring you all the way up here, and hopefully you're in a position where you can lay into these guys with your attached brain gun. Excellent. Yeah, I'm probably about a minute behind where I should be. In fact, maybe not a couple. I had kind of a really early warning. I've dragged my heels a little bit in getting him in position, which is a little frustrating. But there you go. I never did... watch you come into this building. There's no one here. There's not any bodies here. What's going on? What? Are they upstairs or something? Sure, go upstairs. Just to double check. Oh no, there's a... Oh, just these guys are absolutely blind, that's all. Okay. Yeah, body. Good. Oh yeah, you ended up heading off in this direction, right? I dare say you're going to try and, like, go in around the side. Don't do that. Believe it or not, I value your life. My actions may not always look like that, but it's true. And then we'll get everyone into here and actually just go in here and through. And then we should have an assault team. Not really you guys. I suppose it's just going to be you again, isn't it? Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's get you as quickly as you can up there. You guys don't worry about that. I don't think there's anyone there, to be perfectly honest. Let you to pop out the front. Get yourself into there, and then we're going to pop into the middle building, I think, to begin with, which is where the man with the Panzer Shrek was and ruined our lovely 95mm. You'll be many minutes away still, yes? 12, yeah. Now, are you now free? No. Less than a minute. Hurry up. Jobs. Oh, actually, you are free. Yeah, you can't do any spore, that's right. FO, I should say. Okay. And I've got just my beat up crews doing some medicing for me, which again doesn't really do anything but makes me feel better. I could get you guys crawling. Probably crawling in combat mission is like horrendously fatigue inducing, even for pretty small distances. You guys, there's definitely a tank here. I want to keep shuffling you up. You're really going to be scouts for me in this forward position, but that's okay. Alright, I think I'm kind of wittering with not much value at the minute. So let's crack on. I think I'm reasonably happy with the positions I'm putting forward here. I've got a bit of a reserve section in the middle. Tell you what. Since we saw... I mean, these aren't great defensive buildings, but presumably they're better than standing in the open. So why don't you guys nip into here and we'll see if we get some more spotting rounds. And maybe push out somewhere else. Okay. Well, that answers that question. I think this whole area is in trouble, actually. Which is surprisingly well timed for the Germans, given they're just pushing now. Let's come around this way, since this is kind of where the action is. I should have done that before we start in a minute. Best laid plans. Yeah, where's a good vantage point? Probably over this way. I just want to make sure I can see kind of flashy icons from my side as well. Right, Vickers. Firing? Oh! Ooh, that's interesting. Not enough to get through the top armor. Not really what I expected there. Okay, why are you not firing more? I don't understand. I think my scouts are firing more than anything. Gonna have to have words with this Vickers. Ah, man, see if the German arty slams this position, we are in so much trouble. Okay. That's a pretty disappointing minute, actually. Well, I mean, there's a few red crosses. We'll go have a look at that. Again, I think it might be our spotters Brenkan getting most of the work done. Right. You says I can happily see lots of Germans. Aiming, waiting. Spotting. I don't think you fired at all. Yeah, it's this guy getting the job done. You should be able to shoot through the hedge. Okay, we're starting to see a few red crosses towards the end. This is good range, I think, for 2-inch mortar to do a nice bit of damage and kind of pin them down in place. There you go, he fired at the very end there. And I think, was that you that caused all those casualties? And you finally decided to open up? Hang on. Yeah, you got a couple of them. Okay, good. More of that, please. Right, I also want to go back and check this plane job out. This is so... it's not doing anything like I wanted it to do. I really thought I'd have enough to get through top armor. I mean, admittedly, I didn't do much in the way of research. Yeah, okay. Make a commander to hide. I don't know how valuable it is, I don't know. Might damage some external systems, but... that was no kind of magic bullet. Okay. Things we want to do. You... I know you're now on the front lines, but hey. Please, drop bombs. Yeah, just in and around there would be perfect, actually. Ooh. No, you... definitely could see from that when I did the practice. That's disappointing. Shuffle along, and by the time you get there, you're going to be kind of meaningless. But hey ho. Okay, you guys roll right up. I mean, should I give these guys almost a target command? You saying the guns have a problem with it? Maybe. Maybe it's one guy up on his knees can see them, but these guys can't shoot them. Which would be a bit frustrating. And I don't know if I wholly agree with that. Just kind of hope he keeps doing what he's doing. Okay, do you know what? Let's get you somewhat dangerously to jog along to here, because that is a good enfilading position we've got here, and I'd like a little bit more heavy firepower in it. I mean, I could just do the same with this guy. Do I really want to stack them all up in one position? Not really, but there we go. Okay, that is the 30-minute mark. Did we get our Achilles? No, not yet. It's going to be one there or thereabouts, which is never fun. But you've gone upstairs, you are doing a bit of hunting. No. Let's go here to there, and then we'll hunt in. Because at that point we'll tell you to stop. I mean, overall, I don't feel, at the minute, threatened by this infantry push. I think we're going to mow them down. My concern is how we then deal with the the armour afterwards. And put a target arc on you just so you don't too badly draw attention to yourself. Yeah, so okay, let's start with this infantry push then. Let's see what we can get done. Oh, before we do that, you are now free, landed, empty. So you are going to get a plane. 13 minutes. Yeah, I think I'd just rather call this down. In this area. I'm tempted because by the time 30 minutes roll by, we should have cleared out most of this infantry. But then we've already got naval guns falling down in this back area. That's not what I want. Something a bit further forward. Quite a lot of wide space in that though. The problem is I don't want to waste. I've only got 40 shells. Okay, no, let's go more concentrated. Yeah, let's you grab an area target and let's just do this. And that's okay. Both guns, not emergency. Oh, darn it. This is of course the stuff you'd always be doing on camera. Let's bring it this way a little bit, do a little bit off center. There, I think that's better. This seems good. Heavy, maximum, immediate, go.
Hello, fire mission, over.
Means we're going to be really late in the day for our second typhoon run, but we'll just have to make it work. Now, unfortunately, so you are actually in a not terrible position to put some enfilading fire on this German infantry push, but you're going to draw the attention the super spotter over here. So maybe what we could do is smoke them up a little bit. Don't have that many rounds, but it might be worth it. Let's try this. Right, get yourself forward. We shall consider it. Miss Churchill is really not being put to use at the minute. I've given my only access path is around here. He's a little hemmed in. Okay. Let us break the German counterattack. I'm really surprised they haven't pushed further forward with their armour. It's allowing me to get in a pretty good position here. Where they can't bring their essentially superior forces to bear. There's some nice explosions. Oh, hello. Let's have a relook at that when we get back there. Yeah, it's quite a lot of infantry, I'm not gonna lie. And that thing I didn't want to happen happened, as is so often the way. Whereas there's not a huge amount I could have done with it without, you know, I suppose I could have abandoned position, but at some point you can just have to dig and defend. Right, what happened down... Ah! You guys ran into a gun crew. Please don't say you killed a brain gunner. And that's embarrassing. You didn't hit any of them, and you gave them time to run away. Really? Okay, you got the commander. Ike. You got him in the end. Right. Remember, we've had a bit of carnage. We lost a rifleman here. We lost two guys here. Mortars may not be doing much. This is a Piat team. I should have taken that out before I meandered forward with these guys. They should be fine reloading, that's fine. You are still in action, you're just a little shaken, which is absolutely fair. I do want to check where. There was some MG fire coming in on these guys. I just want to confirm where that's coming from. There. Because when these guys get up, that might be a good target for them. Just try and take care of that MG position. But I should split you guys up. And I will do just that. Okay, nothing else exciting. Let's go command phase. Still no Achilles. Please split yourselves in two. Let's get you guys over a couple of action squares, just so you don't present a single target to the Germans. So, you know, if you have machine guns coming in, it's not going to pin absolutely everyone, right? You guys get down there. Probably doing to set up, but tell you what, if you get set up within a minute, because off the top of my head I don't know how long it takes, I want you to start dropping 2-inch bombs around there, please. Beautiful. Now I had envisaged this guy supporting him by additional ammo, which we may still do, but I'll need to check in terms of visibility for tanks. May clear this target, because our infantry is in position to pop into the building. And you get, although you may be able to see already, yeah, vengeance has happened. Okay, that's good. Let's get you guys, yeah, I think this is okay. Just don't think there's anyone here, but we can do that. And you guys are actually having a pop of people, that's okay. Oh, hello. Ah, Kunkru, that guy, again. Just gonna continually spot the same person. Yeah, now see this, I'm probably too late, but this would have been a good position to get the Vickers in, because it's kind of shielded from the tanks. The only problem is enough cover to get us there, which is maybe where you come in. I get you somewhere like here. We might be able to try and smoke this guy and buy time for our Vickers to scoot along, position themselves there, because that would be quite nice. Good, everything else is going to, you're doing medic stuff. You have recovered. Alright, I'll do that off camera and get you to continue to heal the wounded. That is probably everything for just now. Okay, back to ticks. Okay, I have to say I'm going to try and support this defensive movement with our armour. So this Churchill is going to turn around and scoot in behind this farmhouse, which should give him cover. Definitely gives him cover from that Tiger 2, and there's quite a number of trees to him while the Tiger 1. So this should be a reasonable position, and he should hopefully, with slight elevation, have visibility to kind of hit some of these squishy targets. There is a very slight kind of danger gap here, where he might be able to just see the top of our side-on turret. It's not very big, it's not very good, so he should be able to make it through, but knowing the way these things go, I'll make an unbelievable spot and shot, and I'll be done. But you can't just say, you've got to actually try and use these things. So we continue to push across. Quite a lot of people there. The guys need to kind of get over their fear and shock and start shooting again. Please. Come on, guys. Cowering, cowering. Spotting, that's better. Looks like we've just holding them, but they're probably going to have a lot of automatic fire coming our way if we're not careful. Oh, and we've got actually some bombs out. This is a slight danger zone for our tank. Okay, that went okay. good. Yeah, that was fine. We are getting pretty long, but you know what? I'm gonna just roll into one more because I don't really want to make any adjustments. Oh. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. I will cover because I need to think about the best way of getting these guys to the front. Worrying if they turn up and get, get immediately taken out. But yeah, so these, we have to try and bust a couple of T2s for us. Good luck. Okay, but overall, I'm relatively happy. We haven't taken too many casualties that episode. You know, I definitely feel like we're stopping this, what's essentially a pure infantry push with a little bit of artillery support. Obviously our planes were wholly ineffective, which is a bit disappointing, but there we go. And we're going to have to see if we can't maneuver Achilles in position. The only issue we have is there's no real, you know, there's no flanking a shot that we can really take. At best, maybe we can get this guy before his turret comes on, but that's the kind of slim odds we're going for, and then it's going to be kind of roll the dice, do you actually hit? Which is never the... It's not the odds you want to take if you can avoid it, let's be honest. Okay, but, as ever, we'll come back. We're getting through these. This one's been a bit long-winded, but, you know, I think we can close it out shortly. Yeah, and I'm feeling pretty good, and I can't wait to see the end of the campaign screen as well, so hope you join me for that. But as ever, hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheerio!